got
We outside, man.
Everybody, we got everybody.
Yes, sir. What's good, y'all boys and girls? You feel me? And one more time. And welcome back to the PJ Pod, the Perspective Journals, guys. We back. And I figured since, we changed the name to the PJ Pod, the Perspective Journals, what better than to start this episode with Perspective Shifts. So the name of this episode will be called Perspective Shifts, guys. A hero in one story and a villain in the next. Yes, sir. And guess what? Your boy got notes now. He got his Spark notes. So now I'm not just going to be rambling at y'all. I can give you a little more quality, a little more substance. You feel me? You shouldn't have. But yeah, like I'm saying, perspective shifts, guys. A hero in one story and a villain in the next. You ever notice perspective's crazy? So depending on how a story's told or a situation is told or described by somebody, you can be the good guy or the bad guy, or the person that's right or the person that's wrong. And that can happen just based off the little information that you're given to form the perspective. So you ever see, let's say, for example, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, right? Let's say it's a situation with a friend and the friend's boyfriend cheats, right? And all you know is that the friend's boyfriend cheats. So what perspective is that painting for you? Now you're thinking the boyfriend's a cheater. He's a POS, he's no good. He's not treating your friend right. But that's just based off that little information that you were given. Now, what if you were given the information that your friend cheated first? Now, how do you look at the boyfriend with this new information? Is the boyfriend still a cheater? What's the POV or perspective being painted now that there's new information given? So that's kind of an example I wanted to give just to open up and show you guys perspective shifts. It can happen in an instant just based on what you know and how much information you know. So I feel like you shouldn't just jump into a situation without knowing the full information and the full understanding of the situation before you make, a full judgment. Yeah, I think that sound. All right. So I want you guys to think about the first time you met someone that you were good friends with, right? Someone you have memories with. Think about, what did you think about them the first time you met them? What was your first thought? And then think about, were you right? What are they like now? Complete change, right? It's like you met your best friend, and when you first met them, you look at them and you're just like, this might be a weirdo, or they might be mean. You get these first initial perspectives of somebody, and then after you meet them, you're like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not what I thought. So little perspective shifts, guys. Also, I feel like perspective shifts, they're very big in life because it can help you. Sometimes we're faced with situations where we can't necessarily change the situation right then and there, but we can change how we look at it. We can change our perspective on that situation, and that may help. I feel like when you change your perspective in something, that it can help how you approach the situation. It can help how you feel about the situation, because your emotion towards the situation can definitely be a major factor on how you perform in that situation or how you handle it. So I feel like perspective shifts are very big, and this is something that we should talk about a lot, because as we grow, we gain new perspectives as well. Because think about it. We were all once kids. We were all once children. So we didn't understand why our parents were mean or why our parents said no, we couldn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And now that we're grown and have kids and things of that nature, we know why our parents said that because we understand the dangers. We understand the natures. So major little perspective shifts. How many of you, after you had kids, went back to your parents and said, Mom or Dad, I'm sorry. I understand. How many? Yeah, yeah. Y'all don't gotta say it right now, but just think about it. And if you do have to, go get that call, go holler at your parents. That's a real thing. So I just wanted to touch on perspective shifts. I feel like they're big. Tell me a perspective shift you had, or tell me a way that you change your perspective in a situation. What are some examples that you do? For me, when I'm upset about a situation or it's something that I don't want to do, let's say work, for example, I would go into it as, man, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like working today. Man, forget this, but then I try to change my perspective so the day isn't dragging. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll say, but I have another day too and get up and pay my bills. This is another day that if I'm finished with work early, then, I can do other things. I should be happy because I do have a job that I can wake up and go to. So I try to remind myself of why not to be upset about it because I got to think the first day I was happy I got the job, because I can make that money and I could do the things I wanted to do. So I feel like little tips and tricks are go back to why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes little shifts. So give me examples, guys. Give me examples. Tell me ways or how you shift your perspective. Tell me a way how I can shift my perspective in a situation, and give me examples of certain situations because I don't know everything. I'm only one person. That's why I need you guys here. You hear me? So this is why we do this, guys. Tap in. We're back at the PJ Pod. You feel me? The perspective journey.
Everybody, everybody, everybody.